Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. So tonight I'm just going to look at a word. We're going to look at what the word means, what the word carries in weight, and basically how it's defined according to Scripture. And that word is Torah. And most people, most Christians, if you ask them, hey, what does Torah mean? They would tell you that means the law. It means the Mosaic law that was given to the Hebrews from Mount Sinai and then later on expounded upon with the 613 commandments. Now that is true in one regard, but it's also not entirely what Torah means. And my good friend Mr. David Beverly would tell you, and he's said this multiple times in his videos, that Torah means instructions. It means teachings. And specifically when we talk about Torah from Scripture, it means the instructions and the teachings of the Most High, of Yahuwah himself. Not merely law. Okay? So, scriptures, always go to Scripture. Just always go to Scripture. And there's actually even one verse that we're going to look at that's it's a Mandela effect, and has to do with the Torah. But we're going to look at the first scripture I have is Proverbs 1:8. My son, hear the instruction or Torah of your father, and forsake not the Torah of your mother. Torah is used as instructions here, not some sort of legalistic code. It's instructions, it's the teachings. Psalm 19:7. The Torah of Yahuwah is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahuwah is sure, making wise the simple. Torah is perfect guidance that restores life. The teachings and instructions of the Most High is perfect guidance that restores life. Isaiah 2, verse 3. For out of Zion shall go forth the Torah and the word of Yahuwah from Jerusalem. Torah again is portrayed as teaching for all the nations. This is not just for the Hebrews. Deuteronomy 4, verse 5 through 6. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahuwah Elohai commanded me, that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Again, Torah is wisdom and understanding. These are defined strictly according to Scripture. I'm not going to Webster's Dictionary. I'm not going to the local pastor. I am going based solely on what Scripture defines Torah as. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the Torah is a light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. again, Torah is not bondage. It is light, and it's the way of life. The teachings, the instructions of the Most High are not bondage. It is our target. It is what we should be aiming for. It's what teaches us, hey, you missed the mark. Hey, you didn't hit what you were aiming for. Now, we get to the New Testament. Hold on, let me go back. Let me pull up Hosea 4:6 because I do want to touch on this Mandela effect verse here. Okay, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected the knowledge, I will also reject you, that you shall be no priest to me, seeing you have forgotten the Torah of your Elohim. I will also forget your children. Now the Mandela effect there is, we obviously remember my people perish for lack of knowledge or lack of understanding. So we have Yahushua, who again, he did say that he did not come to destroy the teachings and instructions of the Most High, but to fulfill the teachings and instructions of the Most High. That's what, think not that I am come to destroy the Torah or the prophets. For I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. And again, Matthew 22:37-40. You shall love Yahuwah Elohika with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Now, I do appreciate John's comments in the last video. And by all means, man, I welcome like any kind of dialogue. As long as it's civil, as long as we're not both like accusing each other of being demon possessed, I'm good with it. I've told my friends that still do attend church, which a lot of them don't talk to me anymore, but that, you know, it's not, I'm not judging them for their belief on how they view the Torah. But I do just simply ask that, hey, consider this. Just consider that the teachings and instructions of the Most High might still be applicable in your daily life. That it may still be something that is expected for you to aim for, which again, that's what Torah means. It actually means Yara in Hebrew, which means to point towards or to target, to shoot at. But again, it's called that for a reason. So, again, those two commandments that Yahushua gave, all of the law, all of the teachings and instructions of the Most High hang upon that. Now, we can get into the particulars of those two and how they tie specifically to the 10 Commandments, how they tie to the 613 laws. It's all there. And the thing is, and this is what the Pharisees and Sadducees, they didn't understand. They didn't understand that by following the letter of the law, they were actually not doing what the Most High instructed them to do in the first place. Which again, if you get to those two commandments that Yahushua gave, and you say, well, if I'm supposed to love my neighbor as myself, if I see my neighbor, if he's broke down on the side of the road or got a flat tire on the Sabbath, do I stop and help, or do I keep going, or just ignore him until it's not the Sabbath? Now, the letter of the law says that you're not supposed to do any work on the Sabbath. That's what the letter of the law says. Yahusha did say that it's better to help someone that is in need. That takes precedent over the letter of the law. That's not the spirit of the law. That's why we have his spirit placed inside us, so we have the discernment to make that call, or to make that judgment call on something like that. Does that mean that we're not supposed to keep the Sabbath holy? No, it doesn't. Does that mean we're supposed to help our neighbor who might need help at that time? Yes, that's what that means. There's a whole bunch of stuff you get into there. Don't get into that. As it relates to that particular understanding and thinking of how we view the teachings and instructions of the Most High. But I'm going to get to Paul here. A lot of people believe Paul just taught against the Torah, and many in the Torah keeping community will throw Paul's writings out. They throw him out. A lot of them do as a antichrist figure, and I don't know how they get there with his writings. I mean, some of them are hard to understand, but the writings do say what they say. Romans 3:31. Do we then make void the Torah through faith? Never. Yes, we actually establish the teachings and instructions of the Most High through our faith. Galatians 3:24. Wherefore the Torah was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Mashiach, that we might be justified by belief. It actually shows us that, hey, you need someone to help you because you cannot hit the mark. You can't keep the 613 laws. You simply cannot do it. You failed literally every single day. Does that mean we disregard the teachings and instructions of the Most High? Again, that means Torah. Does that mean we disregard it? We throw it out and say, we can't do it anyway? No. We walk according to the spirit of the Torah, the teachings and instructions of the Most High. Hebrews 8:10. Again, this is Paul. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Yasharel after those days, says Yahuwah. I will put my teachings and instructions of the Most High into their mind and write it in their hearts. And I will be to them an Elohim, and they shall be to me a people. Torah is not abolished. It is written on our hearts. If you are in Mashiach, the Torah is written upon your hearts. 1 John 3:4. Whosoever commits sin transgresses also the teachings and instructions of the Most High. For sin is the transgression of the teachings and instructions of the Most High. Without Torah, there is no definition of sin. So, Torah is Yahuwah's perfect instructions. Torah is wisdom, it's light, it's the way of life. And it points us to the Messiah. And it is written on our hearts by the Ruach HaKodesh. It's not just the law. It is the Father's loving instruction for us. And He's teaching us how to walk in covenant with Him. So I hope this makes it a little more clear where I'm coming from with some of this stuff. And maybe it does. Maybe it just murkied the waters that much more. But again, Torah is simply the teachings and instructions of the Most High. Take care, guys, and God bless.